London, a magical city filled with cobblestone streets, so much charm, and Harry Potter. For all you fellow Harry Potter nerds out there, I'm here to help you find all things Harry Potter for your next trip to London. Filming locations, inspirations, and just Harry Potter related shops and things. So let's start with actual filming locations, and first up is one of my favorites, Leadenhall Market, which is an impressive covered Victorian market in the city of London, which was used for the original shots of Diagon Alley in the very first Harry Potter movie, The Sorcerer's Stone, or The Philosopher's Stone as it's known here. This market is stunning, so it's a great place for some photos, and you know, it's really not that big, and there honestly aren't a ton of shops or restaurants worth popping into here, but just the overall vibe of walking through gives you all the Harry Potter feels. Next, we have Borough Market, which honestly isn't super noteworthy in regards to Harry Potter, but it was a filming location, so I had to throw it in. In Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the filming location of the entrance to Diagon Alley was moved from the Leadenhall Market to Borough Market. So after riding the night bus across the city, Harry gets off at Borough Market and walks into the Leaky Cauldron pub, which in real life is the market's charming Ches Michel flower shop. Next up, we have King's Cross Station. King's Cross St. Pancras is definitely one of the most popular Harry Potter London attractions, being home to platform 9 3/4 itself. The original scenes were supposedly filmed between platforms 4 and 5. However, the location has become such a major tourist attraction that close to platforms 9 and 10, there's now a sign posted on the wall with half of a luggage trolley positioned against it. So you can snap some cool photos as you pass through the magical gateway to catch the Hogwarts Express. And there's a platform 9 3/4 Harry Potter shop right next door. Bonus, if you are in London on September 1st, all the Harry Potter fans gather at King's Cross with wands in the air and the Hogwarts Express train on the departures board to welcome in a new Hogwarts school year. I was so bummed that I missed it this year. I actually saw the video of it on September 1st. I was just sitting on my couch and I was so upset. I was like, when September 1st? Oh, that's literally happening right now. So next year I will definitely be there. And there are even a few shots filmed outside the station, not just on the platform, like when Ron and Harry miss the Hogwarts Express in the Chamber of Secrets and have to take the flying car to school. Now, just a short walk from platform 9 3/4 is the safe house for the Order of the Phoenix, number 12 Grimmauld Place. The houses you are looking for are actually 23 through 29 Claremont Square. You'll quickly recognize their exterior from the Harry Potter films, Order of the Phoenix and Deathly Hallows Part 1. It's located amongst a row of houses and it is as unsuspecting as the films make it look. Next up is the Old Scotland Yard. If you stand at the intersection of Scotland Place and New Scotland Yard in Westminster, you'll probably recognize it as the spot where Harry and Mr. Weasley enter a red phone booth that transports them inside the Ministry of Magic in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Unfortunately, the phone booth was just a prop and it's not there in real life, but it's still worth a visit for the true Harry Potter fans. Now we have Millennium Bridge, which is one of the opening scenes in the 6th movie, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. The scene shows Death Eaters tear apart Millennium Bridge by flying around the bridge, twisting the metal railings before collapsing it completely. It's a pretty cool and dark scene, so take a walk along the bridge and there are amazing London views in all directions, including St. Paul's Cathedral, which is at the end of the bridge and a great view to look at the entire time that you're crossing over. Next up, we have the London Zoo. This is the reptile house where Harry Potter started talking to the python before he knew he was a wizard in the Sorcerer's Stone. I'm personally not a fan of zoos, so I haven't been to this one, but I had to include it since it was a Harry Potter filming location. Now we have Australia House. The interior of this building is where the interior shots of Gringotts Bank were filmed. As you can tell by the name, this is the Australian Embassy, so you can't go inside and actually take a look around where Gringotts was filmed, but you might be able to sneak a peek through the glass doors during working hours. The next one, only the more hardcore Harry Potter fans will probably remember, but during the Deathly Hallows Part 1, Harry, Hermione, and Ron are fleeing from the Death Eaters and end up rushing through Piccadilly Circus and down Shaftesbury Avenue, where they narrowly avoid being hit by a red double-decker bus. So this is a very brief and probably not even worth mentioning, but again, it's an actual filming location and a main thing to do in London in general, so I thought I'd just throw it in there. You can sign up for a Harry Potter walking tour where they will take you to all the filming locations and notable Harry Potter spots in London. But I never really like to pay for walking tours, especially, you know, I feel like a walking tour, I can just do that myself. But if that's something that interests you, just know it exists and you can join one. Now let's take a look at some Harry Potter related activities and shops to visit. First up, we have one of the best Harry Potter experiences in London, the Warner Brothers Studio Tour, which offers a behind-the-scenes glimpse into the Harry Potter films. At the studio, visitors are able to visit real film sets from the movies, including the Hogwarts Great Hall, the Forbidden Forest, Diagon Alley, and the Hogwarts Express, as well as see many of the authentic movie props and original outfits worn by the cast. You'll also learn all about the special and visual effects which went into bringing the magic alive on screen, as well as how the costumes and sets were originally designed. They also do a Halloween theme called the Dark Arts with floating pumpkins in the Great Hall from mid-September to early November, and then they do a Christmas theme from mid-November to mid-January. This is something I would really love to go to. I checked in September for tickets for both the Halloween or Christmas one. I didn't really care which one I went to, but they were all sold out until mid-January, until both of those things were over. Tickets are a bit pricey. They do start at £53, so do keep that in mind, but hopefully I'll get to go one day if I can find a sale on some tickets. We'll see, fingers crossed. Next, we have going to the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child show, which is a story that follows Harry and the gang 19 years after the book series finished. It's performed at the Palace Theatre, and you can find some cheaper or discounted tickets at Today Tix, which you can actually use for discounted tickets to all shows in London. It doesn't necessarily need to be Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, so take a look, see if you can find a good deal for a show while you're in London. Now let's talk Harry Potter merch. There are tons of Harry Potter souvenir shops spread out around London. I wouldn't necessarily tell you to go to this one, don't go to this one. It doesn't really matter as long as you're able to buy the Harry Potter memorabilia that you want. You can't go wrong if you're somewhere buying Harry Potter stuff. Next up, we have the Harry Potter statue in Leicester Square, which is full of statues of all other famous fictional characters too, like Indiana Jones, Mary Poppins, and Batman on the top of the roof of a cinema. The first 7 Harry Potter movies also had their premieres at this square at the Odeon Lux Cinema. Only the last Harry Potter movie premiered at Trafalgar Square instead of Leicester Square. I've also seen a ton of blogs recommending a wizard-themed afternoon tea at Cutter and Squidge or at Wands and Wizard Exploratorium, which of course seems like a fun idea, but the Cutter and Squidge one is £60 per person, and the Wands and Wizard Explorium is £42 per person, so I just can't recommend it because I know that that's my channel, that's what I do, is I'm a budget traveler and I recommend budget things. I try to help people save money, so that's definitely doesn't fall under my category. But if that sounds interesting to you and you have the money, you know, definitely look into it because it does look really fun. And lastly, I'll quickly mention a few spots that are thought to be used as inspiration in some of the films, or at least just give off some Harry Potter vibes. First up is Goodwin's Court in London's West End. It's not technically a Harry Potter filming location, but it is rumored to be the inspiration behind Knockturn Alley, which is Diagon Alley's more sinister alternative. When you visit this narrow alleyway, it's pretty easy to imagine Bellatrix Lestrange lurking in the shadows with its dark 17th century houses and dim streetlights. Next, we have The Cauldron. It's basically to satisfy the craving that all of us Harry Potter fans have of visiting the actual Leaky Cauldron. It's a Harry Potter themed venue that allows guests to concoct unique potions and cocktails, all while dressed in Hogwarts attire. It is something you're gonna want to book in advance though because it is super popular. And lastly, a quick mention for the Georgian House Hotel, which is a Hogwarts themed hotel with chamber style rooms like in the movies. So for you fellow Harry Potter nerds, London has so many amazing Harry Potter things to do and locations to see. There are even more spread out all around the UK, which I can't wait to visit, just like the spots in Edinburgh, Scotland, which you absolutely can't miss as a Harry Potter fan.